Example 2, solving a linear equation with fractions. We want to solve the equation 2x plus 4 divided by 3 plus 1/2 times x equals 1/4 times x minus 7 over 3. Now the goal here is to be able to eliminate the denominators by multiplying the entire equation by the least common denominator. So the first step I'm going to do is right over here is to find the least common denominator between 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so what is the least common denominator that 2, 3, and 4 have in common? Well, we know that if we multiply 2 times 3, we're going to get 6. If we get 3 times 4, that's going to give us 12. So that means that in this case here, the LCD between all those numbers is 12. Okay, and so now we want to do is we want to be able to multiply each term by the LCD. In this case, we said it's 12. Okay, now the important thing is we need to figure out how many terms this equation have. Well, you can see here, here's one term, here's the second term, here's the third term, and here's the fourth term. So that means we're going to multiply this entire equation by the LCD, which is 12. So we're going to distribute the 12 to all of these terms. So let's go ahead and do that. So the second step is going to be 12. All right, and then we're going to multiply that. And we're going to leave it as brackets because brackets is the same thing as multiplication as parentheses. So we're going to have 12 times 2x plus 4 over 3. Okay, now my recommendation is you can write this 12 over 1 just to see that you're multiplying two fractions. Then we have our plus. And again, we're going to multiply 12 over 1 times the next term, which is 1/2 x equals. The next term, we're going to take 12 over 1, and then we're going to multiply that by 1/4 x. And then minus the last term is going to be 12 over 1 times 7 over 3. Okay, now this is multiplication. So what we can do is we can go ahead and just multiply through without actually multiplying. So we're just going to rewrite this now as 12 times the grouping in the numerator, which is 2x plus 4. And then we're going to divide that by the denominator 1 times 3, which is 3. Plus 12 times the numerator, which is 1. So we have 12 times 1 over 1 times 2, which is 2, so that's 12 over 2x, equals 12 times 1 in the numerator here is 12 over 1 times 4, which is 4, and then x, and then minus. You can either multiply 12 times 7, or you can leave it as just like the first part that we did. We can write this as 12 times 7 over 1 times 3, which is 3. Okay, so now we can go ahead and then simplify the denominators according to the LCD that we just multiplied every term by. So if we take 12 and we can divide that by 3, then we know 12 divided by 3 gives us 4. So that's 4 times 2x plus 4. Plus 12 divided by 2 is 6, so we're going to have 6x equals 12 divided by 4 here is going to give us 3x minus, over here we know that 12 divided by 3, or 3 goes into 12 4 times. And now what's 4 times 7? Well, 4 times 7 is going to give us 28. Okay, so now we have an equivalent equation. So this equation is actually equal to the original equation. The only thing is that it doesn't have any denominators. Now we can go ahead and now solve for x. So we're going to go ahead and distribute the 4 to both of these two terms. And so 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 4 is going to give us 16 plus 6x. And that's going to equal 3x minus 28, since we do not have any terms to combine on the right side of the equation. Okay, now when we take a look at the following, we have 8x plus 16 plus 6x. Okay, so here we're going to combine like terms. 8x plus 6x is going to give us 14x plus 16, and that's going to equal 3x minus 28. And so now what we want to do is we want to be able to now combine like terms. So combining the x's on one side of the equation, well, we're going to subtract 3x to both sides. And so 3x minus 3x gives us 0. 14x minus 3x is 11x plus 16, which is equal to negative 28. So let's go ahead and write this over here so we can complete. So we have 11x plus 16 equals negative 28. Now the goal is to solve for x. We want to isolate that x, or the 11x. So we're going to subtract 16 to both sides of the equation, which is the opposite of plus 16. So that's going to give us 0. And what's left on the left side of the equation is 11x. And then negative 28 minus 16 is going to give us negative 44. And now, in order to solve for x, we're going to divide both sides by 11. And therefore, x is going to equal negative 4. And so, therefore, the solution set for this equation is going to be negative 4. Now, we can substitute that number back into the equation to check that our solution is correct. So here is the check. Okay, we're going to plug in negative 4 for all the values for x. So we have 2 times negative 4 plus 4 divided by 3 plus 1/2 times negative 4. We want to see if that's going to equal 1/4 times negative 4 minus 7 over 3. Well, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8 plus 4 gives us negative 4. And then it's going to be negative 4/3. Plus 1 times negative 4 divided by 2 gives us negative 2. Over here we have 1/4 times negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1 minus 7/3. Now over here, this negative 2, we want to make sure we can find a common denominator. So negative 2 over 1, we want to find a denominator that has a 3 to that. So that means we're going to take 1 and multiply that by 3, and negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. So that's negative 6 over 3. Well, this negative 6 over 3 minus 4/3 gives us negative 10/3, which is equal to negative 10/3 over here, because this negative 1 is the same thing as, so again here, this is negative 4/3 minus 6/3, which gives us that. And then this negative 1 is the same thing as negative 3 over 3 minus 7/3, which gives us this negative 10/3, and we can see that it checks.